Welcome to the CreatorCon Call for Content, everything you need to know for prospective speakers. Warm greetings to everyone watching this. I am Earl Duque, Senior Developer Advocate on behalf of the community team, the exact team that brings you CreatorCon. We want this to be informative and helpful to you, so let's just jump right in. I've been attending CreatorCon for years now, both as a customer developer and now as an employee. I've also had the privilege of helping with speaker selection and have hosted a dozen or more sessions myself. So I know how fun and rewarding it is to speak at CreatorCon. And hopefully I get to give you some of that excitement. So this video, as a reminder, this video has chapters and you can jump around to see what you need whenever you want. Ask questions in either the comments of this video or on the Call for Content blog itself, and we'll get to them as fast as possible. The Call for Content blog is your source of truth, so make sure to find that link in the description of this video. We'll be covering the following during the video: what is CreatorCon, understanding the Call for Content, who attends CreatorCon, how to participate in the Call for Content, tips and tricks and advice from MVP speaker alumni, benefits of presenting at CreatorCon, additional advice and common pitfalls when you make your submission, office hours and support resources, and key dates and next steps. Okay, so what is exactly CreatorCon? CreatorCon's a dedicated conference within the Knowledge Conference for developers and practitioners. It's mostly focused on those who build and customize on the ServiceNow platform, the people that use ServiceNow platform every day. The purpose of CreatorCon is so that we as ServiceNow users can explore creative ways to use the ServiceNow platform, so that we can learn from peers and industry experts and get enabled on the latest features and innovations. Who might be the people attending? Administrators who are making sure they're managing the platform and optimizing it, developers that are looking for new features, tools, and development techniques, architects who are trying to figure out what are the architectural best practices and innovative solutions on the platform, and even practitioners, anyone involved in making ServiceNow happen in their organization. At CreatorCon, there's going to be a lot of networking opportunities. You're going to be able to connect with peers, experts, and thought leaders throughout the space, and hopefully build lasting professional relationships. In previous years, we've had dedicated keynotes just for CreatorCon. We've had presentations that are geared toward technical content and understanding the platform. We've had engaging talks from thought leaders and fireside chats. We've done hundreds of sessions and labs that are specifically there to build and walk people through entire processes, hands-on experiences and in-depth workshops, and even awards and recognition, such as the Devi's App of the Year Awards, the CreatorCon Hackathon that I host every year. We'll have fun activities all over the show floor for you to interact with and have good experiences with. And like I said earlier, a ton of networking opportunities and opportunities to have new connections made. Okay, so what is the call for content? It's an invitation. It's an invitation to submit session proposals for CreatorCon. It's basically a platform for you to share your knowledge, experiences, and innovations. Your submissions are important because all the kinds of submissions that you all submit, it really enables a very diverse and rich conference agenda. It's really empowering for community members to contribute and shine in our spotlight of knowledge inside of CreatorCon. What better opportunity for us to highlight our amazing community than to have you present your expertise in front of all of your peers? So what kind of sessions are we seeking for the call of content? We're looking for technical deep dives, so in-depth exploration of specific features or technologies. Whatever is your expertise, we want a technical deep dive on it. We're looking for case studies and success stories, so we love seeing real-world implementations and the lessons learned because we build best practices together, and we only know those best practices when we learn each other's lessons. Labs and workshops, so interactive sessions with hands-on learning. Think dozens of people inside of a room on their laptops learning how to build something together. And then sessions that are all about tips, tricks, and just best practices. It's great when we get our peers on stage and share practical advice for our day-to-day challenges. And so those best practices go a long way, and we want to hear them. Okay, so what's the benefits of presenting at CreatorCon? For one, There's a ton of professional growth because of your career, opportunities to be made, networking, all of that good stuff. It's quite frankly a great way to enhance your personal brand. There's a good chance that a lot of you are already posting really cool content online, whether it be blogs and YouTube videos or podcasts, and presenting at CreatorCon even furthers that personal brand of being a serving community member. And we like to see that kind of brand grow for everybody. It also helps you position yourself as an authority in the ServiceNow ecosystem. Not many people get to say, like, hey, I was a presenter, I was a speaker at this huge tech conference, let alone it being a conference of all of my collaborators and peers across the industry. More on professional growth, it really helps you stand out in that job market. It's going to potentially lead to new job opportunities. I got my first ServiceNow job because I met somebody at a knowledge conference. The amount of people that know who you are grows exponentially the moment you step on that stage. And likewise, the amount of people you connect with just for peers and experts, it really is a valuable professional network, regardless of if you're looking for a new job or not, because it's always helpful to have that name in the back of your pocket to be able to call or message on social media to say, hey, I need to ask this question or I have this idea to bounce off of. That professional network that you can build at these conferences is tremendous. There's a big sense of personal satisfaction that comes from presenting at these conferences. You are building a library of information in your head every day as you grow in your ServiceNow development or your job in ServiceNow at your place of work. And contributing to the community's growth is a very rewarding personal experience. And helping others, sharing in your expertise is a great way to give back and a great way for you to grow yourself. Then it's our opportunity to also recognize you and give you more visibility and gain that recognition across the industry. It'll help you enhance your resume, your LinkedIn profile, basically every time that you need to say, hey, I know what I'm doing. And we see that you know what you're doing, and we want to recognize that by giving you this speakership at CreatorCon. Some of the perks of being a presenter is one, you get a complimentary ticket to knowledge, which is always great. You get the access to the entire conference. And for a lot of people, we actually give the opportunity to attend other sessions and events at the moment you become a speaker. You become this elite club of people we contact for other things. Okay, so how do you participate in the call for content? We do have a submission process. This submission process is all about preparing a compelling title and abstract, deciding on the session length suitable to your content that you're deciding to present, and then finally submitting the proposal on time. There is a specific set of dates that you need to submit your proposal. It starts and ends on a certain date. Those dates change every year, so make sure to jump into the CFC blog to see the exact dates that you need to make sure you submit your proposal for this year's call for content. Okay, so what do I mean by a compelling submission? The first part is title crafting. We want your session title to be eye-catching. It needs to be engaging. Try to be creative and to stand out. Some examples could be top 5 tips for accelerating ServiceNow development, or unlocking hidden features, a deep dive into blank, a feature name. The next part is the abstract itself. So you have to write an abstract describing what your session will be. It's a concise summary of about 2 to 3 lines describing what your session will be. We want you in this abstract to highlight key takeaways for the audience, the key things that the audience will gain from attending your session. And we want you to emphasize the value and learning outcomes that you will be presenting during your session. And then lastly, another thing to think about when you make your submission is how long will your session be? What's the session length going to be? We have a bunch of options. So if you submit for a 15-minute session, that means you're talking quick tips and overviews and introductions into a topic. Something that will get people's minds thinking, but not necessarily a deep dive into anything particular. If you're submitting for a 30-minute presentation, that means it's a detailed presentation and probably with a demo. So you're going to be demoing something live in front of everybody, and that usually gives 30 minutes and leaves time for the questions and answering at the end of that session too. Or if you're doing a 16-minute presentation, that is the comprehensive deep dive. That's the workshops. That's the things we might convert to labs. That's what are the things that are much more, let's dive in headfirst and learn the ins and out of the topic that you are presenting. Right. Tips for success. We want you to choose a topic that you are passionate about. Your enthusiasm will engage and inspire the audience, and we want to see that passion come through, because when you show off your passion, we get passionate too. Your session should be sharing unique insights. Don't assume everyone knows what you know, but we want to know what are the unique things about the topic that you are presenting that come from your experience, from your anecdotes, from when you implemented things yourself. We want to know those unique insights. So focus on those unique insights. But even at the same time, even basic topics can provide significant value. And so if you're doing a much more basic topic, then provide all the stuff that you know specifically on that topic that other people might not know. When you make your session, focus on the audience's benefit. Ensure your session provides practical and actionable takeaways at the same time. So you're not just presenting things without thinking, you're presenting it understanding that people should be able to walk away from your session with very clear, actionable things that they can do next to further their knowledge or to implement the thing that you were talking about. Quite honestly, avoid popular topics unless you have a unique angle. There's a lot of trendy topics, Gen AI. There's a lot of trendy topics every year, and that is okay, but you are in competition with a lot of other people submitting for topics in the same topic. So find a niche perspective on that topic if you want to submit into a very popular topic, or go in a route that you don't think other people have been able to figure out so that you have that unique angle again. And the last tip for success, make sure you sell your topic. Think like a marketer. You're going to want to create a very clickable title that draws interest, because all people will be going off of right away is mostly that title, and then maybe the abstract if they think that title is interesting enough. So make a clickable title and make sure you think like a marketer. In previous years, we've had some of our MVPs of the community speak at our conferences and then come back to tell us, hey, what was your experience as a speaker and what tips and advice can you give to prospective speakers in the future? And here's some of the things that they said. We want you to leverage your experience. So that means reflecting on recent projects and implementations, share fascinating discoveries or challenges that they overcame. One MVP said, consider what presentation format you're going to have. Co-presenting is a great opportunity to partner with a colleague to share that presentation load. Some of these presentations take a long time to prepare and to practice, and having a co-presenter can be all the difference of being able to have a very successful, stress-free session. Plus, it'll bring some more diverse perspectives into your session. This MVP said also consider that your presentation should have some engaging use case. Use a fun or creative example to illustrate concepts. We've had past speakers make up entire fantasy settings to have fun use cases in. We've had previous presenters use real life fun examples that happen to them as a way to illustrate concepts. Basically, we're saying if it's not tied to a real life case, invent a relatable scenario that will resonate with people. One common topic amongst our MVP speakers is make sure to craft an eye-catching title and abstract. Some of the things that they said was be creative and intriguing. That intrigue gets people to go to your session. You can use numbers to quantify value. So, for example, that 5 ways to improve performance. Inside of your title or abstract, pose a question or make a bold statement. It really helps make your submissions stand out. Some other way to make your submissions stand out is with popular topics, make sure your proposal offers something unique. One MVP had a tip about deciding on session length. Be realistic. Be realistic about your content depth. Choose a length that matches your material. It's better to deliver a concise, impactful session. Along with that, when you're thinking about the time, account for rehearsal time. Sessions often take a lot longer than when you practice them in rehearsal. So allocate that time for, during the actual presentation, it might actually take longer for me to do, even though I've practiced it 10 times. And also allocate time for audience engagement and Q&A. Do you think you'll take questions in the middle if someone has a very important question that they want to ask clarification on? You need to factor in time for that. So if you think you're only going to spend 15 minutes exactly on the content itself, maybe it is a 30-minute session instead because of all of the extra engagement and Q&A that you might have. Some more MVPs in the past gave tips on preparation and rehearsal. You want to invest time into building your content. Expect that you will be spending days or weeks preparing as you build your content once you're accepted as a speaker. Focus on creating the valuable and well-structured content. And then practice your presentation. Rehearse multiple times to ensure smooth delivery, adjust timing and refine messaging as needed, and rehearse in front of other people, in front of other speakers, so that they can bounce off ideas with you and you can all grow at the same time. Speaking of bouncing ideas off of each other, one MVP was very much about, hey, utilize those office hours. We hold office hours during both this call for content period and for the speaker preparation period right before knowledge. Those office hours are very invaluable to a lot of people. It's also where some people bring concepts to office hours just so that they can get some refinement. Are you not sure about a good title? Do you want to see what people think of the titles you came up with? Or do you not have a title or abstract at all? A lot of people will come to these office hours and actually figure out what they want to present on and or what they call their title at these office hours. So just that idea of talking to each other will mean a lot. And the last tip that our MVP speakers gave to our prospective CFC speakers was try to collaborate as much as you can with experts. We have a whole slew of MVPs in our community that are always willing to hear what you're going to be presenting on. And they love to help you generate new ideas. They love to help you brainstorm and explore the different angles of your topic. So we have a lot of people that have been here before, and they're all willing and eager to share that joy. So reach out to an MVP or anybody on the community team. Okay, additional advice, but more of like that common pitfalls kind of things. So things that are avoidable or the common missteps that some people have. Don't assume knowledge levels. Even ServiceNow developers that have been doing this for a decade doesn't know everything. So you never know what kind of things that you have might be beneficial to the whole audience. Please make your presentations engaging. You're going to want to balance slides with both demos and visuals. And also, if appropriate, encourage audience interaction. Some of the most fun sessions will have some audience interaction, either just by asking questions into the audience or building an actual tool that allows them to interact with you directly. It's been done before and it's always fun. Another pitfall, focus on the how and not just the what. So we're looking for you to provide actionable insights. We want you to explain how you achieved results, not just show off results. We want you to share the practical steps and strategies that got you there instead of just showing like, look at what we were able to do. That's not really an interesting presentation, but showing us how you did it is all the difference. Another thing is be mindful of the competition. You're competing for selection and attendance, so ensure your topic stands out among submissions. I know I've already said this a couple of times, but we need you to ensure your topic stands out among submissions. We don't like saying no to a really cool presenter or a really cool topic because of topic saturation. So do what you can to craft a compelling narrative and make it attractive to attendees. And then lastly for this section, practice effective time management. Think about your session before you submit it, but submit it on time. Rehearse thoroughly once you get accepted. And often remember, presentations often take longer in practice. You'll realize that if you plan for timing to avoid rushing or overrunning your time limit, the more you plan for that, the more you actually will avoid it. How will our team be helping you during this entire call for content season and for our speaker season? One, we do have a schedule of office hours. Multiple sessions will be available to accommodate various time zones. Dates and times are provided on the submission site. So once you actually get to the submission site for the call for content, you'll actually see dates and times there along with the links to get to them. These office hours, there's no sign up required. It's drop in as needed. Oftentimes, it's a lot of us just sharing ideas and having fun. So it's also just a nice place to hang out. I want you to attend these office hours because this is where you're going to get that personalized feedback, where you can refine your title and abstract with experts with expert advice. And this is where you're going to be overcoming challenges like getting help if you're stuck or if you need inspiration. And again, like I said, it's another time for us to all get together and kind of collaborate and network even more. Because in these office hours, a lot of us are engaging with each other as potential presenters, and we're all sharing ideas, and it's a lot of fun. Additional submission guidelines and tips and our frequently asked questions is available on the CFC blog, which is linked in the description of this video. So make sure to check that out. Remember, that's the source of truth. Go there. One of the easiest ways to see successful submissions is to go search last year's CreatorCon sessions. They're available if you search for Knowledge or CreatorCon online, and you'll be able to see videos and submissions from past years that we were all accepted and recorded either digitally or live on stage. So you can look at those things for inspiration. And finally, if you have direct questions, any of us on the community team, any of us on the CreatorCon team, will be glad to answer any of your questions. So just reach out to us either on social media or by email. Okay, key dates and next steps. So there is a submission window. The call for content opens on a specific day and then closes on a specific day each year. Go to the blog to find out what those dates are to make sure that you're submitting within that window. To actually submit, you're going to find that link on the official blog. So go to that link in the description and make sure you follow all the provided guidelines and complete your proposal all the way from beginning to end. And you will get an email when you make that submission to confirm that your submission has gone through. But what's next? Brainstorming. Start brainstorming now. The moment you see this video, even if the call for content isn't open yet, you should be brainstorming and considering what topics you're passionate about right now so that you have a good idea of what you might submit once the call for content is open. And another reminder, attend those office hours and practice. Once you submit, it is a waiting game, so you'll want to keep an eye out for communication regarding your submission. You'll get usually an email letting you know if your submission was selected or not. And then for those of you that are accepted as a speaker, you'll get additional information about additional office hours and presentation guidelines, and you'll gain access to the Speaker Resource Center, which is an entire different conversation. Okay, let's recap the key points of this video. CreatorCon is important to a lot of us that do the creative things in ServiceNow. And so to be able to present at CreatorCon, there's so many benefits. There's so many things that we get to learn and grow about personally. And it's just a lot of fun. And so I know I spent a lot of the time at the beginning saying how amazing CreatorCon is. And a lot of who I am today is based off of what I learned at these conferences in years past. So I hope that you get to join us at this upcoming CreatorCon, because I just hope that you get to have the same kind of fun that I've been having all these years. We've also talked a lot about different tips for crafting a successful submission, from thinking about length, thinking about your title, thinking about your abstract. How do you develop a good abstract? Who should you talk to? What resources you have? All of those things are there for you. And yeah, those resources are available to assist you. If you ever get stuck, let us help you get unstuck. So come chat with us, join in office hours, post a comment on the blog, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. I really want this conclusion to have a big focus on encouraging you to submit. Your experiences and knowledge are valuable. It's amazing the kind of things that come out of this ServiceNow community, but we don't know what those things are until you put it out there. And so please make a submission, because you have really cool things that you can talk about, and we can only grow once that stuff is shared. I'm excited for CreatorCon. I am always excited for CreatorCon. It's where all the cool kids hang out. It's all where all the cool sessions are. I look forward to seeing what innovative stuff you all come up with this year, and I look forward to seeing you there in person. On behalf of the ServiceNow Developer Program and on behalf of the ServiceNow community, we look forward to seeing your submission, and see you soon. Bye.